I know many of you are here to learn it. Thank you, guys. I love you guys. Thank you. I know a lot of you have come a long way to learn about the subject of prosperity. And I know a little bit about that subject because I also know what it's like to have not. I know what it's like to be raised from a single mother who couldn't afford to put bread on the table. I know what it's like to be bigoted because you live in the bad neighborhood. I know what it's like to go through foreclosure, to see your furniture repossessed, to be bankrupt, to have the fear of the bill collector calling you, to literally pull the cord out of the wall, to live in agony, to be homeless. And I know many of you have had to go through difficult circumstances as a result of this recession. I know many of you are here right now because you want to learn how you can take your family to a new position in life. I know that because I had the same exact thought that you have. There's got to be a better way. I know what it's like to have an overdrafted bank account. I know what it's like to see families destroyed. You know why I know that? Because when this recession hit, I was there. I watched families bankrupted. I watched homes foreclosed on. I sat there with our leaders, and I'd been through that very subject. I know what it's like to be on your knees, just praying for some sort of financial certainty or security. This recession, this burden of debt that many of you have, we know what it's like. The entire opportunity of ViSalus, from start to finish, is designed so that you can relieve yourself of those burdens. So that way you can have a deep breath when you wake up in the morning and you can take on the next challenge in your life. Maybe that challenge is the school you'll send your children to. Maybe that challenge is the health you'll be able to provide for your family. The support you'll be able to provide for your community, for your church, for your neighbors when they're in need. Maybe that challenge is simply the knowing that you'll have that you can provide not only for yourself, not only for your children, not only for your neighbors, your city, your state, but maybe you're here today to learn about an opportunity to provide prosperity for the world. I have watched countless of our leaders relieve themselves from the burden of debt, of the bill collector, of the insecurity of their job, not having to worry about their Social Security, not having to worry about anything other than their team, their people, and how they can help others become prosperous too. Our definition of prosperity is not getting rich. It's enriching the lives of others. You're going to learn this weekend how to first take action for yourself. And you're going to learn how to take action for others. And then you're going to learn that the more action you take for others, the more you won't have to worry about your needs. And you'll start worrying about the needs of others. You'll start worrying about the needs of your church. You'll start worrying about the needs of the planet. Because the world needs you to free yourself of the bonds and the ball and chain that's holding you down right now, and start focusing on making this planet better. The world needs you. Vitalis is a solution not only to the needs of an individual, but in my belief, the needs of this planet. And I'm committed, along with my co-founders, to spend the rest of our lives never stopping, never quitting, so that way we can bring prosperity to your household, so that way you can bring prosperity to other households. I remember having a thought when I lived in a one-bedroom shack. I lost my father at 13, my brothers and sisters gone. My mother could only provide a minimum wage little shack for us. I remember looking up at those rich houses and seeing those rich people, and I remember thinking to myself, why? Why do they have such a different life? Why do they have so much and I have so little? Why does my mother struggle day in and day out, coming home, crying and drinking herself to sleep every single day? Why? Having come from that position of poverty, I ask myself that question every day in resentment. And I know a lot of people have resentment right now. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. There is an inequality on the planet right now. And that inequality is simple. In North America and America and Canada, it's not inequality of where you live. It's an inequality of your education. It's an inequality of fathers being at the dinner table with their sons, explaining to them the principles of our society. It's an inequality of information that is the difference between the position that you're in and the position that you want to be in. And we have built this opportunity to educate you on the very subject that will change that position. Not for this generation, but for your legacy. That prosperity that you will have if you take action coming from the very seat that you're in right now, that knowing, that education, will be your legacy. Because that's what Vitalis is. It's your legacy. Vitalis is prosperity. Thank you guys.